Hello, I'm Dr. Barry Neichin. I'm the veterinary director for Pawsitive Teams. My pathway to becoming involved with Pawsitive Teams started over 35 years ago when I graduated from UC Davis and became a veterinarian. Um, right away when I started working in veterinary practice, the best part of my day was working with working dogs. So the guide dogs in Los Angeles were my first contact, and it was very rewarding to keep those dogs healthy so that they could continue to do their job. 3 years later, I moved to San Diego and I started raising puppies for CCI, but I found that quite difficult because, you had to raise the dog for a year and then give it up. So I met a woman there named Chris Marchese who introduced me to Charlie and Carol, and through them I met Janet Widman and Dr. Joy, and it was my goal to start breeding dogs for Pawsitive Teams. So I went to Janet's house and looked at a litter of, I think, 13 puppies and tried to pick out one which could become a future breeder for Pawsitive Teams. Well, I walked away with 2 puppies, and the first one was Tonka, who was a big boy, over 100 pounds, and he sired a litter and had a successful puppy named Mac, who worked for a canine support team and moved to Chicago. And the other dog, Tilly, that I picked out 2 years later, had a litter of 9 puppies. And I remember Chris and Carol and Charlie in the driveway of my house temperament testing those puppies, and they chose the star of the litter, who was Erin. And Erin went to a trainer at Pawsitive Teams, and she developed a medical problem that they were seeing a veterinarian near the office in Rancho Bernardo to treat, and they were not having a lot of success. So Carol reached out to me and I started treating Erin, and we were successful in getting her back to normal, and we resolved her thrombocytopenia and were able to get her off medication so that she could resume her training. And Carol was happy with my bedside manner and success with Erin, so that she started bringing all the Pawsitive Team puppies to ABC and San Marcos. And taking care of those puppies became the highlight of my day, and I enjoyed keeping them healthy, getting kisses from them, and that was truly the highlight of my day as a veterinarian. I was able to work with Carol and Charlie so well because they always looked out for what was best for the puppy. So they weren't concerned about cost. Truly their only concern was what would benefit the puppy most. Although I was able to help them a lot with discounts and price adjustments and so forth, Carol and Charlie never were concerned about anything but what was best for the puppy. The relationship developed from there, and I started caring for a lot of dogs as they were older with their handlers and the puppies, and we were able to do some pretty amazing medical and surgical procedures. We were successful in overcoming some serious health problems, and as a result, we ended up with some amazing working dogs. We did triple pelvic osteotomies to fix hip problems. We worked on the ambassador to Pawsitive Teams, Kiwi, to remove fungus from his frontal sinus, and although he had a scar down the middle of his nose, he was successfully cured and ended up with a very long and healthy career. I started doing TPLOs, which is a corrective procedure for knee problems. Tilly, my dog, was my first patient, and even my namesake puppy named after me, Barry, had a TPLO and was able to go back to work and is still working today. We had a dog with mega esophagus that we were able to match with someone who could take care of him. We removed some GI foreign bodies that some curious puppies ingested. Then in 2012, when my mom passed away, with the help of family and friends, I was able to sponsor a dog. And Jocelyn was the dog named after my mom. My mom was the inspiration for becoming a veterinarian. She had a true love for animals, and between that love for animals and my dad's love for medicine, I became a veterinarian. Jocelyn was trained by Chris Marchese, and during her training, she hurt her knee. We tried physical therapy and rest, and we were unable to get her back to work without surgery, but she had a TPLO as well, and and is still having a very successful career as a working dog. In 2017, a beautiful black lab named Cork arrived at my practice with a sore back. Carol was training Cork, and she noticed his back was bothering him. We took some x-rays and discovered that he had discospondylitis, which is an infection in the back. And he developed that infection because he had a liver shunt. And so we cleared the infection, and with the help of some very generous sponsors, we were able to send him up to UC Davis on a private plane, no doubt. And he was successfully corrected so that he could become a working dog, and he's still working today as well. Pawsitive Teams has been very successful for a few reasons. One, the puppies are raised with the trainers, so they get training from the very beginning, and also Pawsitive Teams is very careful about the selection of the handler for the dog. Dogs have certain strengths, and Pawsitive Teams goes out to find a dog or find a handler that will match the dog's strengths. If a dog can't be a service dog, they place him in a facility as a facility dog. So dogs are used to their full potential, and that has led to a tremendous success rate in placement for these dogs. Other agencies have a very high failure rate, and Pawsitive Teams' rate of success is just the opposite. All these dogs achieve and contribute to society in one way or another. I've had the opportunity to care for a movie star after leaving LA, but here in San Diego, and that's Ricochet, the famous surf dog. And her mom has taken amazing care of her, and she's about to celebrate her 15th birthday. And despite overcoming many health problems, that without the diligence of her mother, she wouldn't be here. So Ricochet has exceeded expectations and is continuing to contribute to society even today as she almost approaches her 15th birthday. Some of my patients were very big, like Tonka and Mac, and some were really small. I think my favorite small working dog was Addie, and Addie put the biggest smile on the littlest girl, Mary Catherine, and she's really made a difference in her life. It's been a privilege and an honor to be part of Pawsitive Teams for 25 years. I couldn't have taken such good care of these pets without the help of my staff, and specifically my amazing nurse, Wendy, who just loved these dogs to death. She just thought that when a Pawsitive Teams dog came in, she was just in heaven as I was. So I've worked with many different working groups: Escondido Police, Homeland Security, Guide Dogs, CCI, but I've never worked with an organization that has made me prouder than Pawsitive Teams. I love their dogs. I admire and I get inspired by their handlers. My deepest gratitude to Carol, Charlie, and all the amazing staff and volunteers at Pawsitive Teams that have committed so much of their time to the helping of these heroic individuals that benefit from these amazing canine partners. Thank you very much.